Yo, what's up? This is Giorgio Martini from Noise is King once again, and in this video I'm going to show you how to control your hi-hats like a boss. Alright, so let's see how this is a small little beat that I did so that I can show you what we're going to be doing with the hi-hats. So let's just hear how that sounds. So this is the part we're going to be focusing on. The other stuff is just actually just to feel. So if you see over here, I have two operators, and these are the guys that we are going to focus on. So if we mute them, or actually just solo them with command or control, you can solo two or more channels. So let's hear that. So you see here, when the sound is short, it's I mean, if the note is short, the sound is short, and if the note is long, the note is long, and that depends on the settings you have on your envelope over here. If you want to know how to create the actual hi-hats, you can check my other video that I'm going to be linking on this video. And yeah, there I explain everything on how to make all kinds of hi-hats. So we just gotta make sure that this envelope mode is set to none, and we have a pretty long decay, or if you want, you can just leave it all the way up so it never stops as long as the note is playing. So right now I have a little bit of decay so that it sounds kind of natural. So let's just hear that again. So you see. So for example, if I go ahead here and I just make this really long, like that. Now, if I do something like this, you're going to hear this effect. So it's going to be, and here it's going to be until here. All right, so let's hear that. So, yep. And this one over here is just, it's actually the same sound as this one, just with a slight modification on the filter, so it sounds a little bit more thin, because I will show you better. So I just if you see here, the frequency is at 432, and over here is at 2. So it's basically the same hi-hat. The only thing that I did is that I moved the filter frequency higher and trigger envelope. So if I just press it one time, it's going to just trigger and sound as long as this envelope is. And this one on the other hand, it's going to sound just as long as the note is pressed, because it's set to none. All right, and you can hear. So you got two different hi-hats just by changing some settings. So we're going to start, and we're going to delete these guys, I think, or nah, let's just not delete them, but just let's just double the clip, and we're going to copy actually this one, and we're going to, with Shift, you just on the Mac with Shift and drag, you just copy, and on Windows is Control. If it's not Control, it's Alt. So just try that. All right. So let's now let's just do a really quick. So we got this kind of like reggaetonish beat. What we're gonna do is we're going to create very quickly one. Let's start just with one hi-hat really quick. We just drag it from over here. We're in Live 9, but it's basically the same workflow as in Live 8. So you go to your instruments, you go to operator, and then you just drag operator over to your track where you wanna have it. And this track, I have a drum rack, so I just go over here and drop it right here. All right, that's done. So let's just put some notes, so that, let's rename this so we are not right click and we write hi-hat toot. somehow, I'm gonna save. Somehow, if you right click and rename, it crashes. All right, so there it is. Okay, so let's get to it over here. We're just gonna solo it for now. All right, so let's just write where it is hi-hat over here. We're just gonna do something like yeah, something like this, and we're just gonna duplicate it a couple of times so we got it. It's not this one. It's which one? This one. Yeah. So there it is. We're gonna very quickly do a hi-hat. Okay, so this is going to be full speed. If you want to learn how to do it, just go to the other video. So we're just going to turn on all these levels, detune them a little bit, find something that we like that's pretty good. Then we're going to move the release all the way up of these guys, and then this one we're going to just make it a little bit like this. All right, we're going to change the filter type to a high pass. We're going to increase the resonance. I want it to sound more metallic. Maybe something like that. Okay, that's good. All right, so we got our basic starting point for this. So right now we have a sound that it's got a this is the main because we are in this mode, which is the full FM mode. This guy over here, the first one is the one that controls the overall sound. So if this guy doesn't sound, the other guys don't sound. So we're going to adjust the loop mode to none, which is already there, and we're going the decay. We just put it like this, just a little bit, so that that's a bit kind of in a medium spot. Okay, so now that we have this, we can do some cool stuff like, let's see. I want a hi-hat to be on that spot, you know. So let's see. It's over here, so I just go over here and I do something like this. And like I know it's going to be all the time on the same spot, I just duplicate it like that. I could also just like play it, but just do it like this. Let's make this one larger, so this is kind of cool. You see that was too short, so let's make this guy very long, something like that. Okay, so that's pretty cool now, because I mean you cannot do that with a real hi-hat, kind of, but anyway. So and now what we can also do is we can make little hi-hats like just by making these guys shorter. I mean, this is pretty basic stuff probably, but if you hear now, I mean, let's do something like this. I'm gonna save. All right, that's pretty good. I'm gonna duplicate this guy over here. Over here one more time. And I kind of like that. Let's just do one thing over here. If we go to the main area over here, we click and we get some options, and over here you see velocity, and we link velocity to volume, and then we change the amount to 100. All right, So that's pretty cool actually, but if you can hear, this guy is like really harsh, you know. So what we can do is just copy this guy over here. So we we select it, Command C, we go to another slot or empty of these guys, click over here, paste, and now we have the same exact sound we can modify to do something different. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna rename this guy actually, save, Control R or Command R, and we're gonna rename it to hihat toot 2, number 2. There it is. So we know that this should be here, and it's actually the same. And now what we can do is we can instead of leaving it to none, we can put it to trigger, and let's make this guys and now if we make this guy to trigger, and then the decay we can change it. So you hear it's not so harsh, it's a bit more natural, if that's what you want. And many times if you want to program like a jazzy kind of thing, you don't want it to sound so digital or harsh, you know, or like static. So that is that, you know. And I mean, you can make, imagine you can do one guy like this, very short, then you can duplicate it and do it medium, and you can duplicate it and do it a little bit longer, and you can duplicate it and make it even longer, and then you can play and program your beats, and it sounds very kind of organic in a way, you know, like it's not all the same sound. And you can do some cool stuff with that. Another thing that we can do, hold up, is just automate the where are you guy over here? Is we can automate the this guy over here. So let's duplicate this clip. There you go. And we're going to this time just yeah, let's do something like this. We just duplicate it a couple of times. There you go. And we play this clip. And now we could automate this guy over here like this. So let's do that. In Live 9 we can record automation inside the clips by clicking this guy over here. So let's do that and see how that sounds. Okay. And it didn't record anything. Why, man? Hold up. I'm kind of new to Live 9. I haven't really worked much with it. But this guy was not armed. All right, so let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. There it is. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I mean, now that you have your if you're happy with your program, your beat, you can just play with the sound, because like it's synthesized. You can do so much cool stuff. I mean, let's just play with it. Like, for example, let's play with the attack. You can play with the transpose. Sounds pretty crazy. That's pretty cool. and you can play with the frequency. You can play with these guys over here. Okay, so there you go. You have a lot of ways now that you can program your own hi-hats and have loads of variations, loads of possibilities to create your really own personal sound with operator. You don't need any other samples or anything, and you can always get the sound you want. So if you don't know how to, if you want more information on how to create a hi-hat sounds, maracas and all that shit, check out the video that I'm linking right now on the YouTube. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and see you next time. So ciao.